I could just lay on a chair doing absolutely nothing and I'd be happy.
Andy, how did you find Carnivore?
Oh, that's a big question. I was not looking for that. I had an irritable bowel syndrome for years. I was looking for help for stuff, but when I found carnivore, it wasn't about that. So I had my irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, I will say, and that would cause me diarrhea every day and even many times a day. So it was when it arrived, when it become really an issue, the pandemic arrived. So I started to work at home. So I was a bit saved. I was working close to the toilet, and so I was okay. um, but yeah, I didn't feel great back then because I was thinking maybe I'm going to get colon cancer or something like that. So I went to hospital, consult doctor and stuff. I passed a bunch of exams, and they just told me IBS. Your small intestine is working too fast, so change your diet. So I was just alone by myself with that information. So I tried gluten free, even if I was not gluten intolerant. Tried low FODMAP. I tried uh, introduce probiotics, prebiotics, more fibers. I tried cutting dairy, eggs, spices, flavors, and nothing was working. I was kind of desperate. So when I found Carnivore, I was just listening to an interview. I was just thinking about another subject. There's a Tom Bilyeu that does a lot of interview, and I was listening to him time to times, and there was a guy, Mike Mudsel. Um, he's really in the health stuff. He has its own YouTube channel, and Tom Bilyeu asked him about the carnivore diet, and he he told that at beginning he was against, but he tried it by himself for a month, and he was kind of bluffed. He was just surprised because he was fine after that, and he had no issue to fix. So he was already healthy, and he told that you for someone that has trouble with digestive issues, it worth a try. So I heard of carnivore diet once before that, but it was just somebody uh, that used that to lose weight. So I was really surprised by that. I was myself what we call flexitarian. So I loved meat. I always did love meat, but I was trying to eat less meat and at home, like 4 days a week, we cook vegetarian dinner, and on the weekend the meat was like a treat. And I always thought that the vitamins and the minerals are in the vegetables. And hearing that, I was, how can you be healthy eating just meat? So uh, just in a space of a few days, I just look at many videos, Canberries videos, how to carnivore, why it's working, some of a bit of Paul Saladino, but mostly Canberry. And so, in a space of few days, I decided, okay, This is my last weekend that I'm eating normally. I was at my parents' home at that moment. I was visiting them, and on the Monday it was the Valentine's Day. So I decided that when I will leave my parents' home, going back to mine, I'm starting carnivore on the Valentine's Day. It was in 2022. So yeah, so I'm really a romantic guy. My girlfriend was, can you wait can you wait another day? No, I I have to do it. It's now. So when I heard of that, it's been really quick. I'm like that. When I see something that really captivate me, that interest me, that I'm going all in. I don't wait. I didn't try to go step by step. I did it all at once. But that said, at the beginning, it's been really hard to be consistent on the carnivore diet. I have two young children. My daughter is 5. She was maybe 2 back then, and my son is 8. He was 5 back then, and they all love their cookies and stuff. So no way that we could just get rid of that in the way. And I'm really a sugar addict, so it's really been hard to do the carnivore diet at first. Yeah, the first week it's okay because I'm really motivated, like in a honeymoon and trying it. Um, so I tried strict carnivore, and then from time to time, I'll eat a bit of cookies, just one, and then I already cheated, so I'll take another one and another one. So it was really hard to stay focused on the carnivore diet, but still, after about a month, I was feeling really well, and I really saw the difference when I was strict carnivore or when I was eating cookies and stuff. I was, um, I guess, the state of ketosis and also the state of not having all the toxic food. I was feeling great, and on my IBS, I started to see an effect. It was the first time that the diet really had an effect of my on my IBS. So I see there's a potential there. Um, so I decided to continue, and plus the things that my struggles were not eat vegetables. I I do like vegetables. I see no problem of eating a broccoli or Brussels sprouts. I'm not a difficult guy. I can eat normally in my past. I could eat anything. Yeah, I could eat pasta, Thai food, Viet food, I anything, junk food, anything. I am not difficult. So I was enjoying my vegetables. I was eating a lot of vegetables. But being on the carnivore diet, I was just not missing that. If I had craving, it's my cravings were for junk food, for cookies, for pizza from time to time. So, as I said, I'm not a moderator. I don't go into stuff step by step. I can't just eat one cookie. I can't just eat one slice of pizza. I can't do that. So, as I was progressing in the carnivore diet, I saw the potential for me to resolve that issue. I to completely stop junk food and addiction to sugar and stuff. Um, so it took me about like 1 year and a half to be really consistent, to be able to just stop any cookies, or even from time to times my girlfriends now my children since a few months are on the ketogenic diet. They're not carnivore yet, but they're ketogenic and they eat quite a lot of meat, especially ground beef. They like ground beef and sausages. So they're on a ketogenic diet because my son has an ADHD and didn't want to try the medication, the pills at first. Even I don't want him to be on drugs. So I tried the ketogenic diet for him and it really helps. So now when my girlfriend does cookies and let them stay on the shelf to cold for 5 days, I can I'm able to take a bite, taste it, and then just okay, I can control myself. I'm really, really better at that. So uh, that the carnivore diet really helped me to gain a self control over the this type of food. So I'm really proud of that. It amazes me. Eating ketogenic food made at home. Also, I think it's less worse than eating industrial cookies. So yeah, we also me being on the carnivore diet, being really passionate about it from the start. When I started, I really took a lot of time to listen to many videos, podcasts, interviews with Sean Baker, Anthony Chaffee, Judy Cho, um, Paul Mason is amazing. Also, Bart Keys, Professor Bart Keys, really amazing people. And to read on the diet in general. Sorry, not just on the carnivore diet, but ketogenic diet and all the diets. Uh, it really got me to be passionate about it. And I, when I, every time that I see friends or I'm going with my daughter at the gym. She's doing gymnastic. She's having fun. So I'm just waiting with the other parents, and I don't really talk with them, but I just I just can't get it out of my head that I would like I would like to share my story with everyone. It's just in my head. I see people around me being sick. I see them. They don't look healthy. They are not healthy. I would like to help them and to share that. But I abstain myself. I stay quiet. But so I'm really passionate about the carnivore diet. That's why I have my 0% vegan shirt.
I've got to ask, where did you get that shirt?
I don't really know. It's my girlfriend that got it for me. Yes,
It's
she's quite
awesome.
like a gift.
So, can I ask, um,
Yes.
you've been carnivore for about 1 year?
2 years and a half. But
Okay, but the first year and a
uh,
half was kind of on and
yeah,
off, yeah?
yeah, exactly.
So, in that time, what has improved for you? What have you noticed? The IBS is gone?
Yeah, the IBS is going really well. The I had I wasn't really noticing it back then, but I had knee pain and a pain also in my elbow, my right elbow. The right elbow, it was when I was doing workout. It was time. Uh, I just felt it was normal. I'm getting a bit old, and the knee when I was sitting down on my knee or on the ground playing with my children, yeah, it was there. Not a big thing, but it was there. So that's completely gone. And when I was on my carnivore diet, but not really strict, uh, when I was eating sugars, it was coming back really on the knee. I was really feeling it, and then when I stopped after a week, it was gone. So it was really going back and forth on the knee pain. Um, I'd say my mood. I I didn't really know back then, but I was drinking a lot of tea. And then in 2020, I started to drink coffee, and I really discovered that the caffeine, or not totally sure if it's just the caffeine or the whole thing, it really affects my brain and my mood. Um, and so I was kind of depressed, but not at the point of getting medication or to see a doctor of anything. But I was I was working. I had my normal life. Everything was going well except my IBS. I had two really beautiful children. I have my girlfriend. I have my home. Everything is going fine. But I was just not that happy. And from time to time, I was more happy, less. And when I started the strict carnivore diet, uh, I could just lay on a chair doing absolutely nothing and I'd be happy. I'm just, it's my default. I'm happy. Uh, I could do, uh, I could clean the house. It's boring, but I'm happy. So I'm just happy by default anytime. Just I'm going well. It's really amazing, and I did try that on my back to time. I bring back tea, coffee on the carnivore diet. I did a lot of back and forth. It's quite hard to really say no to that. I like to have something hot and different on the morning. But each time that I reintroduce coffee, I feel it. I'm less happy, less and less, and more I drink. Yeah, it will not be on the same day that I drink it, but on the next day and a few days. It can take up to 3 to 4 days of not drinking any tea and coffee to go back to normal. So when I drink coffee, I have quite less motivation. I have to I have to do something to entertain me. If I just do nothing, I'm bored and I'm not happy. Just life is a bit boring. I have really to find myself some purpose when I'm drinking coffee. And I found the same thing about the chamomile. 2 years ago, I was on my first year of carnivore diet. I had a difficult time at my job. I wanted to change job, so I quit and was looking for a new one. And it was quite a stressful period. As also I'm the provider of the family. I have two young children, so I have to get money at home, and so it was stressful. And I was drinking a lot of chamomile on my carnivore diet, and I was really anxious. So I was drinking even more chamomile because it's supposed to calm me. It's supposed to get rid of the anxiety. It's quite the purpose of drinking chamomile. And I finally got a new job, and everything got a bit back to normal, and I stopped drinking chamomile, and I stopped being anxious. And from time to time, maybe I could drink a chamomile just for fun, and it's getting back. I started to be anxious again, so I really was able with the carnivore diet to pinpoint the chamomile. It's really making me anxious. I discovering that really amazed me. So that's a thing. Also, what did else did improve on the diet? Just the overall energy. That's everyone that tries the carnivore diet feel it. Uh, I can do mental work on the morning and throughout the day, even late at night. I still have my focus and my motivation to do my stuff. If I'm working on my projects, I'm never tired. I I had an experience about that um, about yeah, a year and a half ago. Um, I had an apartment that I was owning with my girlfriend, and we were renting it to other people. And when they left, it was really damaged. So I had to do a lot of work in the apartment in a short period of time. So it's a 6 room apartment, and I repainted everything. So I was going there on the weekend on the morning at 6 a.m. and I was working there for 10 hours straight without breakfast, without a lunch, without any snacks, without any pause. I was working 10 hours straight at just painting. Painting, it quite takes a lot of focus to be precise and stuff. And I was able to do it straight and to be as precise as I could be from the morning up to late in the days. I didn't want to take pause and stuff because I want to have some time on the late afternoon and night to have time with my children. So it was really amazing to be that focus, that energy, to be consistent without hitting, and that's where I feel my best. Yeah, what I'm doing just one meal a day. Uh, I'm not always doing it, but I feel
And what does that look like?
um I on my 2 years and a half period, most of the time I eat 2 meals a day, but I really feel at my best with one. The
Mm.
problem is that I'm working from home, and at lunchtime, it's where I'm the most hungry. I'm really hungry at lunchtime, and so I'm at home and I have food. So it's quite hard for me to say no to eating. So I'm going to eat, so I'm making my food, so I eat. And when I arrive in the dinner time, I want to eat with my children, and even if I not that much hungry, even if I'm not that much hungry, I want to eat with my children. It's just important for me. So I'm eating again. But when I can abstain myself from eating at lunchtime, and I just go beyond and eat at the dinner time with my children, I'm still less hungry that than on the dinner time. But yeah, I just feel at my best. So I did OMAD on Monday, on Tuesday this week, and I want to do it again today. I really want to do that more in the future because the, I just have to get used to go past the window that I'm hungry on the dinner on the lunchtime.
So when you are just having when you are nomad and you're just having dinner, is that like a steak? Is that fish sometimes? What are you eating?
Yeah, usually, at least once a week, we are eating ground beef. My children loves ground beef. They were not loving it at first, but eventually, me being carnivore, I introduced it. So at least the Monday ground beef, and I do a lot. So s- we have ground beef, so we may eat 2 times a week ground beef, and me with the ground beef, just to add some variety, I usually add up 4 to 6 eggs with that. So generally, when I do OMAD, I always add some eggs because normally my eggs I eat my eggs at lunch. My If I have a lunch, it will be eggs and some a bit of something else. But if I only do a dinner, it will be my eggs that will be smaller with the big ground beef. Later in the week, it can be pork steak, and in the weekend, it will be a beef steak like a T-bone or any steak that I can find. I usually buy cheaper cuts of meat too, so not always T-bones. Fish, I do eat fish, but less than once a week. My children likes that too. We generally eat maybe chickens once a week. Um, Chickens, I tend to not really like it, but I find ways to do it. I do a hollandaise sauce or something to add some fat to that.
And so you mentioned your girlfriend. Is your girlfriend doing this as well?
She's more on a carnivore diet, so she's really into a ketogenic diet. But yeah, she will eat a salad from time to time because she really craved it. But we are really more conscious about everything that we put on our plate. We are careful that every um, sauce or sausage or cookies or anything that my children or her are eating, there's no vegetable oils in that. There will be very few or zero grains in what they're eating. Um, so yeah, she eat a lot of meat, but she will eat some avocado and salad and small stuff like that from time to time.
Mm. So, whereabouts are you in the world, Andy?
I'm in Canada, Quebec, so I'm a French Canadian. Um, so that's why I have a weird accent. It's because of that.
So, in Quebec, is there? what kind of feedback do you get from people? Do they find it weird to see that you're only eating steak and eggs?
Oh yeah, yeah, really. My family is not used to that still. um, I I actually have never met anyone in the real life that is a carnivore. I really know very few people here that are carnivore. I I joined some carnivore group here. So yeah, I know some people virtually, but I've never met anyone that is really carnivore in the real life. So that's and yes, I think it's a bit of taboo. It the 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 message from the government, the way of eating, the guide, the Canadian food, the guideline is quite really strong here. Um, my girlfriend went to see the family doctor of my children, and she told her that the children were on a ketogenic diet, and she was really not happy about that, and she told her there is essential nutrient that will they will miss in the grains and the cereals. And my girlfriend, she told her every essential nutrients are found in meat. and and I don't think that she got the message. But yeah, yeah. And she normally was supposed to see the children in another year, and she decided to schedule another appointment in 4 months to do a, a more to be to do more closer follow-ups with my children. Okay, they will have a better service, no problem, but I don't intend to change their way of eating because of her. Um, yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that, they're like that, but it's really good news to hear that your kids are doing this along with you,
Yeah.
because eating whole foods I mean, that can only be good for them, right?
Yeah, even before I was carnivore, we were trying to we were trying to eat as healthy as possible. Even before that, I was not going to the restaurant often. I just felt that I was better at cooking myself. So yeah, still I was eating cookies, but it was a treat. It was not my main dishes. So I was already eating mostly whole food. I we had never we purchased um, already made up food at the grocery. We were really cooking, and we were eating at restaurants less than once a month. So it was just a few times a year. So being carnivore, yeah, I eat even less at the restaurants. But so the children was already eating whole food mostly. Yeah, they were still having uh, one or two cookies at night for dessert. But no, yeah, we do everything by ourselves at mostly. Yeah, so they don't eat a lot of processed food, and I see it. My children are they're healthy. They since they're born, they got nothing to worry about them. They're just perfectly healthy. Um, and yes, I would wish that they would do a more carnivore-ish diet, but it's quite hard to convince my girlfriend or the children to do that. So, but I'm really happy on how they're eating right now. So really, really low in processed food, low in sugars. We are testing their ketosis state. We got a just a small tool that we are breathing into it, and yeah, they are in a state of ketosis most of the time, so it's working well.
So, is this the way for you into the future? There's no going back?
Oh no, I will never go back. I just feel so amazing being on the carnivore diet, the energy, the mental clarity, the focus, just understanding everything too about the diet. Even if my irritable syndrome, my irritable bowel syndrome, my IBS, even if it was completely gone and that I could eat anything, I really think that I would stay on a carnivore diet. Maybe I'd be bit less strict on the seasonings. Um, but no, I don't intend to. I don't see the purpose of eating vegetables for myself. Maybe I would eat some fruit, but always in a quantity that will allow me to stay in ketosis. So not a post Saladino kind of diet. So um, I think that fruit can be fine if you choose them and if you eat the right amount and at the right season at the right moment. So to be really conscious about that. And also, I can't really go back as I'm now in a carnivore diet business. I decided to do the switch and to became a carnivore and ketogenic diet coach. So I created my website this summer, and you inspired me, so I decided to create my YouTube channel as well to give free information about the carnivore and ketogenic diet. I there's really few information, really few resources in Quebec here. In French, there's almost nothing. It's on YouTube especially. There's really few stuff. So I want to help people in that way. To we have to share the message. I think it's really important. So I'm working harder. I'm really working hard on that.
Nice. So how can people contact you? Can you talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and your website?
Yes, my channel and website it's Santé Carnivore. It means carnivore health, carnivore health. So they can go on my website that is santé-carnivore, santécarnivore.com, santécarnivore.com in English. So that's the website, and the YouTube channel. It's Santé-Carnivore. It's the YouTube channel. I don't have many people as you. You are like over 70,000 subscribers. It's really amazing. Good for you. Um, so yeah, I hope that French people, French Canadian or French people that will join and will hear the message that everybody is thinking that to be healthy we have to limit red meat and to eat vegetables. No, don't do that. It's a waste of time. Check around you. Everyone is sick. The guideline is not working since the 70s. Uh, we have to change our strategy and the way that we see food. So,
Hmm. Well said. So, Andy, I'll link to your website and your YouTube channel below.
Thanks,
Thank you
Dave.
so much for coming on today and sharing your story. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun. I'm always happy to just discuss about that. I'm I'm happy doing nothing too, but discussing it's even better.